On your screen are pictures of Indian diplomats and ITBP personnel evacuating the Indian consulate in Kandahar, posted by some local journalists. The exit follows intense clashes between Afghan forces and the Taliban fighters who have seized key areas near the city in the last several days. In a statement, India said that it is closely monitoring the evolving security situation in the region, with about 50 Indian diplomats and officials stationed there now brought back home. The consulate is being run just by the local Afghans. Now, India's evacuation comes amidst Taliban's claim that they now control over 85% of Afghanistan, even as United States and other NATO allies withdraw the bulk of their troops from the region after 20 years of fighting. Districts after districts have been falling to Taliban in recent weeks. Focus now is on the borders, strategic checkpoints for trade with Afghanistan's neighbors. In a sweeping offensive, Taliban captured major border crossings with Iran and Turkmenistan earlier this week. Videos emerged of Taliban removing pictures of Ashraf Ghani at Turkmenistan border. Video footage also emerged of Taliban forces taking down the Afghan flag and hoisting their white flag over Islam Kala, a town on the Afghan-Iran border. And now the fighters have entered Kandahar, the second largest city in Afghanistan and a strategically important one for Taliban. From the mid-90s till 2001, the city was in fact the headquarters of the Taliban fighters when it was ousted from power by the US invasion. Over the last week, Kandahar city and the areas around it have witnessed a spike in fighting between the Taliban and Afghan security forces. Taliban fighters, in fact, seized houses in Kandahar city's 7th police district on Friday, triggering fierce clashes that continued till Saturday. Reports suggest that hundreds of terrorists from Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba are believed to be fighting alongside the Taliban in southern Afghanistan. Clearly, there is growing concern in New Delhi over Taliban's advance.
Yes, of course, we are concerned at the direction of events in Afghanistan. You know, in many cases, when there is a volatility in a society, we leave the people of that country to work it out. But Afghanistan is a very different case because for now more than 30 years, there have been international conferences, there have been groups, there have been formats to discuss how to stabilize and bring about peace in Afghanistan. And the reason is because it has proven implications for regional security and regional stability. So the point right now we stress is that we must see a reduction in violence. Violence cannot be the solution for the situation in Afghanistan. And at the end of the day, who governs Afghanistan has a legitimacy aspect to it. I think that is something which cannot and should not be ignored.
Taliban's intense attacks inside Kandahar came less than 24 hours after President Joe Biden defended his decision to end the US involvement in Afghanistan.
Is a Taliban takeover of Afghanistan now inevitable?
No, it is not. Because you have the Afghan troops have 300,000 well equipped as any army in the world, and an air force against something like 75,000 Taliban. It is not inevitable.
Joe Biden might choose to believe that Afghan forces trained and equipped by the United States are sort of capable of stopping the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan, but the reality on the ground tells a starkly different story. A takeover seems imminent, minus the backing of American firepower. Many fear a return of another decade of nightmare in the region like it was in the 90s.